Time for a conversation with Peter Range, Senior Fellow at Center for Christian Virtue. Peter, welcome. We saw the exuberance, the excitement, the sheer joy that happened yesterday when the Democratic governor of Massachusetts signed a bill allowing abortions all the way up to birth. One of the most disgusting things I'd ever seen. Everyone breaks out in an unstoppable applause.
Oh, it's heartbreaking. It's hard to watch something of that nature. That bill actually overwhelmingly passed the Democratic-controlled House on July 22nd by a vote of 119 to 33.
Wow,
and basically, the new bill shifts the criteria for late-term abortions from a list of very specific medical conditions to now kind of a more flexible standard based solely on the abortionist approving the abortion. So, like you said, it's allowing abortion all the way up through birth. Myrna Maloney Flynn said legalizing elective abortion up to birth on healthy mothers and healthy, pain-capable unborn children is not about protecting the doctor-patient relationship. She's the president of Massachusetts Citizens for Life, which is the National Right to Life state affiliate there. But basically, it's abortionists normalizing the deaths of fully developed infants and pressuring vulnerable women to permit their unborn child to die in a heinous act of violence. I mean, this is on the level of China and North Korea when you're talking about allowing abortion this late in stages of pregnancy, 30 weeks, 31 weeks, 32 weeks. And this is why abortion, it's not a states' rights issue. You can't have people in one state like Massachusetts saying you can kill a baby at 30 weeks and people in another like Indiana calling that a crime. It is either a child and it's a crime to kill the child, or it isn't. It's like saying Massachusetts can own slaves, but in Indiana they can't. That's a system that we've seen ends in disaster. But that's the culture of death that we're living in right now. And we'll get to some hopeful things upcoming. But one other terrible story I was tracking out of North Carolina, an 18-year-old Durham woman is accused of trying to kill her unborn baby by taking the abortion medication at 31 weeks pregnant. The child's father has also been charged of this. Now, the abortion medication, if there's a doctor involved, the doctor can only prescribe it basically up to 10, 11 weeks. This woman was 31 weeks along, but she just gets the pills and she takes them. She delivers a baby 5.5 pounds in her toilet. She's shocked to see the baby living and breathing, so they call 911. She is going to be charged. But listen to this. The defense argues that the North Carolina statute protects pregnant women from being prosecuted if they're charged with assaulting their unborn child. And this is what the defense attorney said. Public defender Barbara Legum said. She said statute does require that the alleged victim be living at the time of the assault. But in order to be living, one must be born. So her claim is it's nothing. It's nothing before birth there at all, even at 31 weeks of pregnancy. So that's the worldview we're fighting against, that there is just a complete denial of science that there's actually life kind of in the womb. And this is important. Again, we talked about 31 weeks, 32 weeks. The Charlotte Lozier Institute, did a study. Over 60,000 abortions occur after 15 weeks each year. That's a point at which science shows the baby can feel pain in the womb. So these babies are feeling pain as they're being aborted, over 60,000 in our country. So where's the hope? Well, there's hope at the Supreme Court because Justice Alito, praise God, is not retiring. There was some rumors that leaked out that Justice Alito, of course, he marked the opinion that overturned Roe v. Wade and returned, abortion to the states. But he said that, look, I'm here for another term. I'm not retiring. He's 76 years old. So as long as we can keep Justice Alito there, I think I'm going to be happy when it comes to, the pro-life perspective for sure. But, it gives us a chance. We still have the chance to pass pro-life laws because, look, they do save lives. Here in Ohio, for example, there was over 25,000 abortions that were recorded this past year that we know about. Now, that doesn't include, the chemical abortions that are being mailed into the state of Ohio or that people are ordering from around the country. We know that the majority of abortions now also taking place through the chemical abortion pill. But you look at a state like South Dakota, for example, which has basically outlawed abortion completely. Now, this doesn't, include numbers like the self-managed abortions or, again, the abortion pill. But they only have 2 recorded abortions this past year because they've outlawed abortion in that state. So pro-life laws do save lives. Now, there could be a couple thousand because of the mail-order abortion pill, but compared to the state of Ohio, where there's 25,000 abortions on record, not including the abortion pill, they're making a huge difference just by having pro-life laws there in the state of South Dakota. Now, another state to be watching, though, this coming fall, and if you're wondering where to send your money for the pro-life cause right now, look, you can always send it to me. I'll take it. I'm very happy to receive it. But
Thank you, Pete.
In Missouri right now, there's a big fight. Of course, Missouri, they passed a pro-abortion amendment, but it was a very close fight. They lost by, I think, 3 percentage points up there in the state of Missouri. They're trying to reverse that this year. So all the left-wing politicians are getting involved. New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg, who's retired, former mayor there, he donated $1.25 million to fight against this kind of pro-life effort opposing Amendment 3. But go online, find efforts for proposing Amendment 3 in Missouri, and you want to support those efforts. They need all the help they can get. And right now, I talked to some friends on the ground there. When they look at the polls, they got a real chance to kind of overturn the pro-abortion amendment. And if they do that, that could be a tremendous victory for the rest of us here in the country who have the pro-abortion amendments, showing us a pathway. How do we get back and we pass a pro-life movement here in the state of Ohio? So that's where I'll finish, is just landing here in the state of Ohio. We need to continue to fight for the pro-life cause, and one of the ways we do is just showing up. And the March for Life, Ohio's March for Life, that we partner with, the national organization, that's going to be this year, Friday, October 2nd. 10 a.m. begins the pre-rally concert, 11 a.m. is the rally, and then 12 noon we march. We hope to see you at the Ohio State House in downtown Columbus for the March for Life. You can go to marchforlife.org/Ohio for flyers, information, where to park, where to find, buses going down, all those things. Go to marchforlife.org/Ohio, and then join us on Friday, October 2nd, down there at the State House. And, my prayer today, I was thinking about the Lord's Prayer, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Today, I'm just, I'm not going to change the Lord's Prayer because that's the Lord's Prayer. But, my prayer is, your will be done in Ohio, Lord, as it is in heaven. So let us all pray the Lord come right here, right now, right where we're at, and help us become the saints we've been meant to be.
Love it, love it. Thank you so much, Peter Range. Of course, a host of Say Yes to Life.